If you're someone who manages or designs commercial spaces, you get it. Your walls are so much more than just, well, walls. They're your biggest canvas for telling your brand's story. But what if the way we've been doing that is just completely outdated? Today, we're going to dive into a technology that is totally changing the game for brand experiences, making them faster, way more durable, and literally a part of the building itself. Let's get into it. So, let me just ask you this straight up. Whether you're a facility manager, a designer, or a brand leader, are your walls actually working against you? I mean, think about the last time you had to do an interior refresh. All the disruption, the crazy schedules, the waste, it kind of feels like the walls themselves are the biggest hurdle, right? For years, really, the choice has been pretty simple: vinyl or wallpaper. And we all know the headaches that come with that. You're fighting to line up the seams, you're dealing with bubbles, and you just know those edges are going to start lifting and chipping eventually. And that's not even getting into the project downtime and the mountain of waste it creates. But what if the answer wasn't something you stick on the wall? Imagine a perfect, photorealistic, totally seamless graphic that's printed directly onto the surface, becoming a real part of the architecture. Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we're going to walk through 5 key areas. First, we'll just rethink the wall itself. Then, I'll introduce you to the core technology. After that, we'll get into all the key advantages, see how it helps you scale your brand, and finally, look at the huge wins when it comes to efficiency and sustainability. So let's kick things off by just reframing the problem. A commercial wall, it shouldn't be this static, boring surface. It should be a high-performance asset. But for the pros who are managing these spaces day in and day out, the old methods, they often create more problems than they solve. I'm sure these pain points look pretty familiar. You've got the massive operational disruption, having to close down a hospital wing or a whole section of a store. You've got the totally unpredictable schedules because of shipping delays or installation mistakes. And then there's the frustratingly short life cycle, where that beautiful new graphic starts failing at the seams in just a couple of years. It all just leads to this huge pile of waste when you've got to tear it all out and start from scratch. And this is exactly why a new approach is so compelling. Instead of fighting to stick something onto the wall, this tech makes the graphic parts of the wall. Let's take a look at how it actually works. So, what's the magic here? Well, direct-to-wall printing uses this incredibly specialized vertical printer. It literally just moves along the wall, basically painting with pixels. It images your artwork right onto the surface with unbelievable resolution. And the ink is cured instantly by UV light, creating this finish that isn't just sitting on top. No, it's bonded with the wall itself. And this, right here, is the heart of what we're talking about today. The real, tangible differences this technology makes. We're going to break down why this isn't just some cool new thing. It's a genuine strategic advantage. Okay, first things first, speed. Because the system prints right there on site, you can just say goodbye to fabrication and shipping delays. For most typical walls, in a lobby, a hallway, a conference room, the entire job, from masking to printing to cleanup, can be done in under 5 hours. Just think about that for a second. A massive, full-scale mural installed overnight with absolutely zero impact on your daily operations. And when you see it side by side like this, the contrast is it's crystal clear. Direct-to-wall takes hours. Vinyl can take days to prep and install. A hand-painted mural? We're talking weeks. For durability, a seamless surface just blows vinyl's vulnerable seams out of the water. But honestly, the biggest difference might be at the end of its life. A simple paint-over versus a huge, labor-intensive, wall-damaging tear-out. It's no contest. And beyond just the speed, here's another total game changer: the flexibility with surfaces. Traditional coverings need this perfectly smooth, pristine wall. But this technology, it's compatible with a huge range of materials you actually find in real buildings, from regular drywall to textured concrete, cinder block, even brick. This opens up so many creative doors, especially in older buildings or public spaces. And believe me, these graphics are built to last. The cured ink resists scuffs and abrasion right where damage usually starts. But what's absolutely crucial for so many places is cleanability. The surface is completely compatible with the detergents and harsh disinfectants used in hospitals, schools, and restaurants. So you get this incredible, high-impact look that isn't a maintenance nightmare. Okay, so we've established that it's fast, it's durable, and it's incredibly flexible. Now let's look at how all those things make something possible that's usually, notoriously difficult: scaling a consistent, high-quality brand experience across tons of different locations. If you're doing a national rollout, you need repeatability. It's non-negotiable. This process makes it easy.
You start with a pilot install, where you do on-wall test prints to get the color and quality absolutely perfect. Then, you document and archive those settings, so as you roll out to other locations, the on-site printing can adapt to each building's unique walls while keeping the brand visuals perfectly consistent every single time. This also creates a really powerful design opportunity, cutting down on visual clutter. I mean, instead of having a forest of different signs and plaques everywhere, you can integrate your wayfinding, like color-coded zones in a hospital or safety markings in a factory, directly into the wall graphics themselves. The result is a much calmer, clearer, and more intuitive space for everyone. All right, for our last section, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture of efficiency. Because let's face it, in today's world, a truly modern solution has to be smarter about resources, both from a sustainability angle and a lifecycle cost angle. This is hands down a massive win for sustainability. The whole process is adhesive-free, which gets rid of a huge stream of plastic waste. No PVC, no backing paper, no liners going to the dump. Printing on site also dramatically cuts down the carbon footprint from shipping. And at the end of its life, the fact that it's paint-over ready means you completely avoid all the landfill waste that comes from tearing out old wall coverings. And guess what? Those green benefits, they translate directly into economic ones. The total cost of owning one of these walls is significantly lower. You're not just paying to install a graphic one time, you're investing in a durable asset that costs you less over the years thanks to fewer replacements, no tear-out labor, and way less operational downtime. The big shift in thinking is that this technology separates your brand expression from the high cost and disruption of a traditional renovation. So, where does this all come together? Well, in healthcare, it's all about cleanability and clear wayfinding that can be installed overnight. In schools and universities, it's about sheer durability. For retailers, it's about the speed you need to roll out synchronized campaigns. And for corporate real estate, it's the power to deliver that perfectly consistent brand experience, from headquarters to the newest branch office. The benefits line up perfectly with what each sector really needs. So we'll leave you with this final thought. For so long, we've seen walls as this static, expensive, and difficult canvas to work with. But this technology completely reframes them as a dynamic, strategic asset. So really, the question isn't if you can transform your space quickly and effectively anymore. The real question is, if your brand story could truly change overnight, what powerful new message would it send?